Which brings us to our number one. The best matches, our top two favorite matches of all time. The cream of the crop, if you will. If you will, as the Dusty Rose say, baby, if you will. All right, my number one favorite match of all time. Jerome probably already knows this
I
already.
already know what it's going to be.
JVD probably does, if he remembers.
I know right off the bat.
If he remembers from the rewind.
I think I do.
Oh, God.
If he does remember from the rewind.
I don't know.
Steve's saying he does. I highly doubt it.
I have a guess.
Gary has no clue.
I have no fucking clue at all.
Two of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Oh.
At WrestleMania. In an Iron Man match.
I do. Yes. Now we're yes.
Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart in the Iron Man match.
I knew it.
Steve knew it.
That was your number one. I did know.
That was my number one favorite match of all time. And it still is. Nothing comes close to it.
HBK, he's been in the first of everything. First
Yeah.
Hell in the Cell, first Blemish Chamber ladder match, first person to be number one and win the whole thing in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
First Elimination Chamber.
Said that.
Oh, yeah. I know there was a couple other ones, but
First Iron Man match.
thank you.
But the first Iron Man match, though. Oh my gosh. Two of the best going at it. 60 minutes non-stop. There were no pinfalls throughout the entire match. They had to go into sudden death.
Overtime.
Sudden freaking death.
Pretty much it was all
Technical awesomeness.
Overtime.
My favorite spot is when Shawn Michaels just does a fucking sweet chin music on one of the... Who was that guy? He missed and he just hits
Oh, the ring announcer?
No, timekeeper.
Oh, it's a timekeeper.
It was a timekeeper? Yeah, it was a timekeeper. It wasn't Howard Finkel, because Brett was just sitting there and just moved out of the way, and then BAM! Right in the face. That guy just leaves right on a stretcher.
Wow.
I saw that. I just had a laugh. I was like, damn.
He got laid the fuck up.
Where's Chris Tucker?
He got planted. Oh.
But yeah, though, I remember watching this when it first aired. Like, I was at my friend Scott's house. Shout at him if he's watching, probably not. But yeah, I was at his house. I was with my friends, everything. We were watching the whole pay-per-view, and I was blown away. That match made me a wrestling fan. I will say that.
Back when Gorilla Monsoon was the acting president.
Back when he was the president. What a waste. But yeah, though, the match itself was freaking awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you do so. Yeah, simply put, that is my numero uno.
Since we're on here,
Oh,
I
wait.
just want to share my number one favorite match of all time.
Go ahead.
It is actually between two of my favorite wrestlers. I'm not talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's one of my all-times, but I'm talking about two of the greatest of all time. Brother and brother, the man who made his debut, Tombstone the Undertaker, that made Shawn Michaels pretty much get the win at the first Hell in the Cell at Bad Blood. I'm talking about the match at WrestleMania 14, brother and brother, the Undertaker versus Kane.
Good choice.
Yeah, they booked Kane as an unstoppable monster, and good too, because it took 3 tombstones to take him out.
Yeah,
He put Undertaker over, but it made Kane. They protected Kane as well. So it was a good booking situation what they had.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Steve, do you want to say your number one?
I call him Kane now. I call him Glenn Jacobs.
What? Steve, do you want to say what your number one is, just for shits and giggles?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, might as well, I guess.
Okay.
Well, this match actually took place at WrestleMania, and I actually really like this one because of, the build-up of it, just because of the promos and everything else. And it's not WrestleMania 12, actually.
Oh.
Really?
May have a big question mark about this one, but you'll find out.
I'm a little shocked.
Well, you'll see. I really love this match just because the way it was back and forth, and it was. I mean, I didn't watch a pay-per-view, but when this was over, I was crying.
Oh.
And yeah, well, in a good way. Just a way to show respect that they showed
Oh.
after this.
Shit. Damn
What
it.
the hell?
Damn it. Damn, phone's ringing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're just gonna play that?
That was an accident. It was my
Sure.
freaking text message.
Alright, let me just get to it. Alright. Alright, it was a great match, and it was between. I really thought that this was gonna be a different outcome or whatever, but I have to put this number one, and that is the end of an era.
Dude.
Oh, wow.
WrestleMania 28, Undertaker, Triple H, Hell in a Cell. Special guest referee, Shawn Michaels.
That is also my number one.
I mean,
And just like you, I wanted to shed a tear. For two reasons. One, because that. Sorry, go ahead.
well, here's the thing. I did because after it was over, and to show respect, they did when they, when they lifted up Triple H and they're all hugging each other. But it was just amazing, and the show respect and the applauding everywhere, and just. I really thought The Undertaker was going to lose because after the Sweet Chin music, then the pedigree, and I was just going, no, and he kicked out, and I was just like, oh, God, thank you. And that was an amazing match, and that is why I think that's my number one for me.
Good choice.
Also, my number one, and I shed a tear for two reasons. One is because we all grew up in the Attitude Era, the best time in wrestling history. There's a reason why they call it the end of the era. And two, I shed a tear because I'm jealous of one particular sumbitch on this thing. Yes, you, because you were there.
I was there.
You were there and experienced my favorite match of all time. You had awesome entrances. I mean, you had Metallica, the Memory Remains theme, the steel cage with Cage coming down, just like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. And they do with Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, they started setting, and then it just goes building up and up, and this is the greatest close call I have ever seen. Shawn Michaels, that fucking big guy in the face and the pedigree, I thought it was over. I thought it was over.
And the fucking build-up they did for that match was incredible.
Yeah.
Especially on Raw when The Undertaker challenged him and pushed the limits, and he says, like, because Shawn was always better than you.
He was.
I'm looking you straight in the eyes, and I'm telling you right now, you want an end, you want WrestleMania, you got it.
Yeah, fucking Undertaker's like, remember when I told you that Shawn Michaels is better? Triple H is like, yeah, he is.
He is. 7 foot. He is.
Oh, hockey head.
End of this era, this is another
shit,
reason
where'd it
why
go?
I want to shed a tear is because these two guys, they laid it out on the line both physically and mentally. Look at their fucking bodies. How many chair shots? Take a fucking shot of whiskey or whatever every time you hear a chair shot going off. There had to been at least 50 chair shots to that match.
Yeah.
I mean, the storytelling, this is some of the best storytelling I've ever seen in a match.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you said, when the match was over, it was like not only just emotional, it was respect.
Yes.
You had the three guys walking up the alley with 80,000+ people on their feet.
Including Alex.
Including me.
Yeah.
And Big Joe.
And because the reason why this is my number one, because we will probably never get a match like this ever again.
No, never.
Never again.
And you know the best part about this match? What's the match after? No one gave a shit. You are crickets.
God, that. Oh my.
Stevens here because that's also my number one, my favorite match of all time, and that's the reason. And unlike Once in a Lifetime, this lived up to the name End of an Era. So once again, fuck off, fuckboy Bucket.
Can I give my one honest opinion about the match, my one flaw?
Sure, Gary, what you got?
Just like the other ones, I thought that should have been the main event instead of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I can understand. Okay, yes and no. Yes, because this hands down was the best match of the night.
Yep.
And no, it's because The Rock and Cena, that was awesome. That was the two most anticipated matches of the pay-per-view, and it was The Rock's hometown.
Well, let me.
It's a yes and no answer.
Let me throw something in there about that though. It might have been a good match, but it wasn't as good as the Hell in a Cell. But
Hell no.
the biggest reason why
Mm-mm.
I'm saying what I'm about to say is because we all know it's fucking true. The match between Cena and The Rock did not live up to the hype they had it put up to be.
I think it's a good match, but did it live up to the hype? No. This match, the end of the era, it surpassed it.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Hell yeah, it did.
In every fucking way. Every way available. I mean, you will never hear a crowd like that going fucking ape shit like they did for this match.
Exactly.
There was like 2 or 3 really close falls. They were chanting, "This is awesome," and for a good
It
reason.
was, and it was.
Unlike the other stupid shit they chant that thing for. And it was just like, wow, this match was made for us.
Yep.
I mean, like you put, we all grew up in the Attitude Era, so...
It was the end of an era.